Guys, welcome back to my channel. We're gonna have part 1 and part 2 and maybe part 3 and part 4. I don't know. It depends if my phone's in the mood or not. It's definitely not in the mood today, but we are going to watch a Marvel movie that I haven't seen before. So how about Avengers Age of Ultron. I haven't seen it before. So yeah, let's do this. Let me just place it back. Be right back. Got it. All I need to is to press play. This was in 2013. No wonder I don't remember it. Is this thing on? Oh, they had the comics back then instead of the movie. That's why they did this. I haven't seen the comics yet, but my mom has, so she'll probably buy a couple for me to read. But I know books are way different from movies. I know that because I've read Harry Potter books and I did the movies. Before we continue this video, make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and like my videos, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss another video. Let's get back into it. Actually, it's change of plans. I watched the whole movie by myself, and I already love Wanda Maximoff. I think he was really sad. I'll be right back. Okay, I've seen her in other movies, but I had to see the one that she introduced in, and you took everything from me. I freaking love that scene, so yeah, let's do it. Dear. You do not want to see her now. I think that she would have won if Thanos wouldn't call off the troops. Okay, I think that's the end of the video, but let me see if more. We're gonna do everything you need to know before watching WandaVision, which we watched 2 episodes, but the first 2 is super boring.
Welcome to Spring Crush, I'm Ryan Airy. It's hard to believe, but when WandaVision is released this year, it will have been 559 days since we last stepped foot in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because I'm assuming Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. no longer counts.
An alternate reality.
But since it's been so long, you might need a refresher on who these characters are and how they're going to come together. And even if you don't need a refresher, won't it just be fun to think about the old times? So let's start all the way back at the creation of the universe, when 6 stones appeared out of the ether that embodied the fundamental facets of the universe.
I was time, space, all.
What? Hi, go, planet! These stones were scattered across the cosmos to become MacGuffins at a later date.
That's not important right now.
Roughly 10 billion years later, a brilliant young college student named Tony Stark begins to invent artificial intelligence. And one of these AI will become Jarvis, his personal assistant, who will help him with his job, which is build weapons for money. Then, of course, Tony has a near-death experience and stops making weapons that kill, and instead makes a single killing weapon for his own pleasure.
Yeah, I can find.
He becomes Iron Man. There are other superheroes too, like Thor, a really old, powerful alien with a god complex.
People are so petty and tiny.
His dad, Odin, was an expert in these Infinity Stones, even hiding one on Earth.
Hang on to it in a little while, I'll go get it when I need it.
That is the Space Stone, which was briefly used by a Nazi science cult before being swiped by an alien scientist named Marv
I
Bell.
remember
She
him.
used the
He
Space
was
Stone
in
to
the
create a
cartoon
special
ones.
light-speed
He used
engine.
Red
But
Skull.
Marv Bell was killed by one of her own kind, and the Space Stone's energy flowed into her protege, Carol Danvers. Carol would later become a hero called Captain Marvel, and this little girl, Monica Rambeau, would help her pick out the colors of her costume.
Fresh.
But back to Odin. He's a terrible father to Thor's adopted brother, Loki.
Your butt right! What's today?
And because Daddy didn't love him enough, Loki tries to steal the throne of Asgard. But Thor stops him with the help of a few Earth scientists, including a woman named Darcy Lewis.
All the answers you seek will be yours once I declare your name.
Meow meow? What's meow meow? Meow meow!
Later, Loki will act out again and try to conquer Earth.
I
See,
freaking
Loki's
love
actually
Darcy.
working for this dude, Thanos. Thanos is an eco-terrorist from space.
The planet is on the brink of collapse. I'm the one who stopped that.
He's trying to gather all the Infinity Stones into one magic power glove, so he can kill half the life in the universe.
Yeah, well, just keep your power gloves off her, pal, huh?
Instead of just creating more food for everybody. Not a great plan. He sent
Let's see, what should we watch? This. Oh, it's only 2 minutes.
You know, I don't know what this
Yep.
is.
This is not the drill. We are under attack.
Something between us. It's too short. It's what they signed up for. I know it's not of this world. Power made this fell off. It's true. It's yet it is not.
Biz, are you afraid?
I wish I understand. I think if it were exposed
I can read.
to a sufficiently powerful energy source, something very similar to its own signature.
We are gonna watch why Agatha wanted
so you only pay for what you need.
the powers of the Scarlet Witch, which seems in this universe really powerful.
And now, the Disney Plus Award for Best Breakout Guest Role goes to Agatha Harkness.
What's your secret, sister?
Yes, while Luke Skywalker and Boba Fett both blew us away in The Mandalorian, neither of them did so while also dropping a single that topped the charts on iTunes. You've got to admire that level of game. That being said, we were never truly given Agatha's endgame once she actually gained the Scarlet Witch's powers. Let's figure it out. I think that there are 3 possibilities for what Agatha was planning all along. The first is the most obvious. She's just straight up evil. That wouldn't be out of left field, seeing as the MCU is full of characters who seem to have no other motivation
me
than
see
to do
from
the most
two.
evil thing at any given moment. Darren Cross, Aldrich Killian, Malekith, Dormammu, and several others are just all about that evil bad guy lifestyle, and they're not ashamed to admit it. Agatha could easily just be team bad guy, looking to make her name as the evilest evil out there.
And I killed Sparky, too.
Tell me, you wouldn't
I
watch
mean,
a team up
seriously,
movie where
who
her and
kills
Hela
a
try to take
dog?
over the world. While she gave plenty of classic Marvel villain monologues about Wanda, she never really got into what her evil plan was going to be. If she wanted that reality warping chaos magic, my first guess would be that she'd want to use it to reshape the world under her thumb. If an untrained witch like Wanda could make a giant hex over Westview, a master witch like Agatha would be able to reshape the world without much effort. We didn't get to know much about Agatha's pre-Westview life, but our peek into Agatha's mind does reveal some clues. It would seem that Agatha is still obsessing about the night where her mother and Coven attacked her. Wanda's power to show someone's greatest pain gave us fantastic insights into Thor, Cap, and Iron Man's respective minds. All of these hinted at plot lines and twists we'd see in future movies. Well, I assume all of them do. We still haven't seen the Black Widow film that's gonna hopefully explain her seriously messed up origin story. So, if I had to guess, I'd say that Agatha would remake the world in Salem's image to change the past. I imagine a life where her mother and original Coven actually supported her would have led to a lot less pain. I mean, you really don't become an immortal, evil witch if your life has been nothing but puppies and rainbows. In a way, this would be her version of Cap returning to Peggy Carter. She could live that life that was denied to her generations ago. For my money, though, I'd hope that she'd use Wanda's sitcom magic to become an expert campaign manager from Washington, like Catherine Hahn's Jennifer Barkley from Parks and Recreation.
Hi!
That would make Parks and Rec MCU canon, even if it was all just an evil witch's fantasy. While Agatha seemed to be working of her own accord, most fans always thought that there was an even more
Oh yeah, I
powerful
didn't
villain
notice
pulling
that
the
she
strings.
has makeup
That's
on.
right, it's time to once
She got
again
her
play
witchy
every WandaVision
costume
fan's
on.
favorite game show, Is It Mephisto? Throughout the run of WandaVision, most fans were convinced that Mephisto was going to be revealed as the big bad behind it all. The theory got so much traction that Michael Strahan asked Paul Bettany point blank if Mephisto was in the series on Good Morning America. There is actually a lot of logic behind this theory. The run that WandaVision takes the most inspiration from is The Vision and the Scarlet Witch. This comic also tells the story of Wanda and Viz trying to have it all as a married superhero couple who have a supernatural family while they fight against evil. In the comic, however, the boys weren't made from Wanda's imagination, but from pieces of Mephisto's soul. She is forced to return her kids to Mephisto, which is even more traumatizing than the last episode of the show. At the end of WandaVision, Wanda hears her kids calling for her as if they were in trouble. It is very possible that they are trapped in Mephisto's realm and that he's baiting her like Agatha did at the top of the finale. If this is true, it would support the idea that Agatha was working for Mephisto from the beginning.
Brought my pet rabbit!
That would mean that she was probably trying to use her powers
first
to
I
bring
thought
him into
the
the
rabbit
MCU
was
or bend the
Mephisto.
world to his will.
Or her
That,
husband
or
was
she was
Mephisto,
trying to get out of one of his
and
deals.
stuff.
Mephisto loves nothing more than to make cosmic deals with hidden strings attached. As popular as the Mephisto theory is, there's another one about Agatha that die-hard fans have been clinging to ever since Agatha revealed herself to Wanda. This theory is that Agatha isn't a villain at all, but actually wants to teach Wanda to master her magic. In the comics, Agatha is nothing like her MCU counterpart. She was still a witch that dated back to the Salem witch trials, but she usually was not depicted as evil at all. In The Vision and the Scarlet Witch, she appears after Wanda created the twins. She was the one who helped her let the kids go and even wiped all memories of them from her mind. Then, she served as a mentor figure for Wanda to take control of her powers. So, I guess it's technically possible that Agatha just pretended to be an evil villain to force Wanda to confront reality and realize that she was the Scarlet Witch. She did technically make Wanda go through all of the trauma from her past that was holding her back from mastering her powers. She also taught Wanda about runes and goaded her into a fight where she mastered
that
using them.
episode
I
was
don't
so
think
funny.
that's one of the 5 teaching styles, but I don't know any witchcraft, so I can't really judge.
No, I know.
I look forward to Agatha coming back to the MCU, but honestly,
And that wraps up this video. Make sure to check out my other videos that is coming on tomorrow. Like I said, it comes out every week. Until next time, bye.